going on, everybody? Welcome back to a little Jays talk. Today we're going to be recapping the Toronto Blue Jays versus New York Mets in game number 1 of their series. Before we get into the recap, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'll help us grow. Thank you very much. So, Blue Jays come out a little bit flat after the off day. Not what you want to see. I don't want to call it a tough pitching matchup, but Tyler McGill has had a good start to the year. He's the stuff is there with him. He doesn't always get the most innings, doesn't always get... he's not known as a workhorse, but he does have phenomenal stuff. He's been used out of the bullpen in the past. Overpowering fastball, good breaking ball, throws a good sinker in there. Good repertoire. Doesn't have the biggest name that you've heard of, but he's a good pitcher. He comes out, guns blazing, puts the Blue Jays out, 3 up, 3 down. Pretty much the worst inning you'll ever see. Bichette, Guerrero, Santander all looked flat, didn't look ready to go at all right out of the gate. And he exposed them that first inning. Then we get to the bottom of the first. Lindor doubles to center. Soto gets a pop out. If you saw the opening game remarks there, Soto has absolutely owned Kevin Gausman to this point in his career. He's batting over 500 against him. It's ridiculous. Same with Starling Marte. So that's why he was in the lineup as well. But anyway, so we get Soto to pop out to second base. Big win there because you're kind of thinking the worst right off the hop. Then the next batter, he gets 2 strikes on Pete Alonso, and you're thinking, okay, 2 strikes, Pete Alonso, big swing and miss guy, strikes out a lot. We can maybe get out of this thing. Nope. Throws a fastball low and away. I think it was about 95, 96 miles an hour. It's probably 3 or 4 inches off the plate too, low and away. And Alonso puts a bat on it, sends it out to right field like it's on rocket fuel. I think it had 103 mile an hour exit velocity or something like that. No idea how he put that much exit velo onto it. Anyways, he gets it out to right field. It's 2-0 Mets. Not the start you want to see. Brandon Nimmo then works a walk. Let's see how many pitches his at bat was. Yeah, it was 12 pitches. I was going to say it went on forever. He got 2 strikes on him right away. Ended up working a 12-pitch walk. And then Marte lines into a double play. He roped the ball to third base, snags it, throws to first, gets Nimmo because Nimmo was on the run that play. So it was a very fortunate break to get Gausman out of that inning. And I think he was probably at 30 or so pitches. He had a lot of pitches thrown that first inning. Second inning, much of the same. Springer gets a triple, but it's with 2 outs. Wagner works a walk. Ernie Clement fouls out to first base. So you get the 2 base runners, but it's with 2 outs, and then Clement is unable to do anything with it. By this point, Kevin Gausman, after the shaky first inning, his pitch count was getting up there, but he really locked in. I think he went for about 14 in a row out, I think. He retired 14 in a row. So he goes 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the second. Top of the third, Jays still can't get anything going. Bottom of third, 3 up, 3 down again. So it's rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. We skim ahead all of the way until, where is this here? Bottom of the 6th inning. So Kevin Gausman, as I say, he'd settled in. He's gotten us through over 5 innings, which you didn't think he was going to after the 2nd inning. It looked like his pitch count was going to take him out of the game. But he gets Siri to fly out to center to start the 6th. Then he gives up to a walk to Lindor. Then they go to Mason Fluharty. And I've seen a lot of people online were pushing back against this move kind of after it backfired. And in the 6th inning, there's only so much you can really do. You can't go to Jimmy Garcia and Jeff Hoffman in every single game, in every key situation. You have to get outs from your other bullpen arms. So was Fluharty the right guy? I mean, in hindsight, no. He's showing that he can't get these tough lefties out in the first couple of sample size. Given his track record in AAA and spring training, I understand the thought process there. It's the 6th inning. You've got you've got a lefty coming up. You've got 2. You've got Soto, then Alonso, then Nimmo. So you do have the 2 lefties coming up, and you're just basically playing Fluharty's track record against him. And you know what? It backfires. Soto doubles to right, scores the run, makes it 3-0 Mets. Alonso's intentionally walked to get to the next lefty, and Nimmo doubles to right, scoring Soto, and Alonso moves to third. So it doesn't work out, but again, I can't blame John Schneider too much just because it's the 6th inning. You've got the lefty bats there. He's the lefty in the bullpen. You're hoping to save Brendan Little for later in the game for if that same part of the lineup comes up in the 8th or 9th inning, or probably 8th. But you're going to want to save Brendan Little for the next time through. So you've got 2 lefties in the pen. The one I'm picking in the 6th is probably Fluharty. Anyways, he's going to have to pick it up if he wants to keep getting these positions moving forward. Otherwise, they're going to have to move on to a Josh Walker or somebody like that if Fluharty can't get it done. Jacob Barnes ends up coming in, giving up a sac fly, but then gets Vientos to pop out and gets out of the inning. But it is now 5-0 Mets after that Nimmo double. So this is a part where you're starting to get into mop-up time because the offense at this point is looking completely lifeless. Like, they just forgot to get off the plane. There were a couple of bright spots, like the Springer triple, and Vladdy had a couple nice singles and stuff, but it's just not enough. Ernie Clement comes up, and again, it's 5-0. Springer singles to get on again. Wagner strikes out, and then Ernie Clement ropes one down the left field line, and it's gone. He runs around the bases, fist pumping, all that stuff. Vibes are high. Umpire review. They go back and look at it, and it was about 2 inches foul, and runs are off the board. Ernie has to resume his at-bat with 2 strikes, and he strikes out on the next pitch, a changeup in the dirt, and he walks off the field looking pretty upset with himself. But you know what? That's the way it goes. Davis Schneider comes in to pinch hit for Alan Roden because Minter was on the mound, so you want that lefty-righty matchup. And again, Schneider strikes out. So Davis Schneider is just really, like, torpedo batter or not, he is really, really struggling to start this year, and I'm failing to see what his role is on this team at this point. He'll get a couple more weeks, I'm sure, but man, when Varsho comes back, and maybe you can bring up an Elvis Martinez or somebody like that to platoon against these lefties, because Davis Schneider is not doing anything with his opportunities, and it's a shame to see because I know he's such a fan favorite. Anyways, as you know, 5-0 is where we leave off the game, so I'll just quickly recap what happened in the last innings. Jacob Barnes was actually good, pitched a clean 7th inning, which was nice to see. Then we got into some of this Kranick I'd never heard of before, but he was actually all right. And then we brought in Wyrod, who went on to walk Lindor, which is not what you want to see. Lindor stole second. Then Soto hits a little dribbler to the pitcher, and we get Lindor out at third. So that was nice. But again, the game's already kind of lost at this point. So it's a little bit meaningless. But yeah, he gets Alonso to fly out, gets Nimmo to ground out. So props to Wyrod for even in a 5-0 game, buckling down and getting those outs. And then Kranick is able to finish us 1-2-3 in the in the top of the 9th as we get shut out. And again, not what you want to see out of the offense. They were pretty much lifeless. I'll pop up the box score here just to see if I'm missing anything. But yeah, Bo Bichette went 0 for again. He's gone ice cold after starting out the year so hot. And again, we're 8 days in, but it is what it is. Vladdy Guerrero goes 2 for 3, but they're both singles. So you're still wanting to see that power stroke. You're wanting to see some doubles. You're wanting to see some home runs. Like, put some runs on the board quickly. Enough with this station-to-station hitting all the time. Santander still can't get it going. He's taking big swings. He's hitting some hard foul balls and stuff, but he's just not getting results. Jimenez cooled right off. He looked pretty rough at the plate today. He went 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Kirky, 0 for 4. He looked a little bit out of it. George Springer, a bright spot again. He's 2 for 4. And I posted this online at the time of the game as I did not see George Springer being our most consistent bat coming. He's looked phenomenal. And there's really, he played center field. He did a good job. He's getting on base at will. And there's nothing you can really say against George Springer right now. He's probably our best offensive player, as crazy as that is to say. Will Wagner, 2 strikeouts, 0 for 3. Again, he came up in a couple key spots there and got strikeouts. Not what you like to see, but he's been good this year, so it's hard to be too critical of a guy for one bad game. Ernie Clement, really struggling offensively. I still like his hands at third base. He's a phenomenal defender. But I think in an ideal world, you're probably working Will Wagner into third base more, and Ernie Clement is more of a defensive sub at multiple positions. But you know what? There's still time. We're still early days, and he can still get the bat to come around a bit. And Alan Roden went 0 for 2, and then obviously got pinch hit for Davis Schneider. But yeah, the offense is cooling off. They did not look great today. The pitching side, they did their part. Fluharty got touched up a bit there. Like I say, he's going to have to figure something out here soon, or else we're going to have to find another lefty. But Jacob Barnes had a solid outing in a good mop-up role. He got an inning and 2/3, and Wyrod came in and pitched a clean inning, only allowing a walk. So, disappointing game. It feels a lot like the 12-2 opening day loss, where you want to feel quite down on the team. But hey, Blue Jays are 5-3. Let's see how they respond to this. They were able to respond from that 12-2 loss and look good in Game 2. So, you know what? We're going to have to see it again here in this series. Let's go. Drop your comments below on what you thought of the game. What did you notice? What did you like? What did you not like? Did you think that the Jays should have gone to somebody else other than Mason Fluharty in that position? Or do you think they made the right call trying to save Brendan Little for potentially a more key spot later in the game? Let me know what your thoughts are. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.